Hello everybody, and welcome to Books. Today we're going to be reviewing the next 3 and final 3 books in the Gone series. But before we continue, I want to thank Dr. Pepper for sponsoring this video. It's great, you should buy some. Buy some now. For book number 4 in the Gone series, we have Plague, and I think it's pretty good, but it does have one glaring problem. Plague's title, Plague, isn't its theme, it's just telling you what happens in the book. All of the other books, Gone, Hunger, Fear, etc., their title is kind of the theme of the entire book, especially Hunger. So that, in my mind, kind of sets it a step lower than the others. But the plot of Plague is that these weird superbug predatory things attack, and the main characters must fend them off, while making sacrifices along the way. At the end of the book, the predatory superbugs are driven off, and the civilization is split into 2 halves, and we move on to the next book. Fear, in my opinion, is one of the better Gone books, and it definitely has the coolest title. It's literally named Fear. Okay, so one thing you have to understand, right, is that ever since the dome went up, it's been emitting its own natural light with its own imitation of a day-night cycle. But in Fear, the dome slowly, not instantly, but over the course of a few days, becomes entirely dark and blocks all light. It really makes you think how much we as a civilization rely on being able to see stuff. As you can imagine, things fall apart pretty fast, and people randomly wander around in the 2 civilizations, as the main antagonist of this series, the Darkness, or the Gaia Phage, manifests as a human being and prepares to attack. And really quick, another thing I liked about In Fear is that, remember that kind of non-verbal little kid that I mentioned in the Hunger review? Well, in Fear, it starts telling the story from his point of view, and I thought that would ruin the whole mysterious what's he thinking, what's going on in his head thing, but it manages to keep the character mysterious while telling the story from his point of view. They don't really keep him very mysterious in the next book, but I just wanted to congratulate Michael Grant on how well he did in Fear regarding this. Now, at the very end of Fear, the dome goes clear just as Sam burns the human manifestation of the Gaia Phage, and in front of dozens of civilians because the dome is suddenly clear. And of course, these civilians don't realize that this human manifestation was actually some evil satanic creature. They just think that Sam here, the main character, murdered this innocent guy. So it really puts him in a bad light because this entire time, the kids in the dome have been surviving and doing some bad stuff to survive, There are some pretty evil people, some pretty evil antagonists in the dome. And people look around, and since they haven't been able to see anything, they don't really realize what's going on. And it just looks like there's a bunch of monsters going around inside of the dome, which at this point there kind of is. Now on to Light. I'm not going to talk much about Light because, no spoilers. But it is definitely, along with Fear and obviously Hunger, one of the better Gone books. It follows through on some character arcs that I really didn't expect, and I think it did a surprisingly good job as a series finale. Now, to be honest, I didn't absolutely adore these books. They seemed a little repetitive to me, but hey, Stephen King liked them, so what do I know? Thank you for watching, subscribe, and keep an eye out for future videos. Also drink Dr. Pepper. Drink it now.